Hey everyone, welcome to your 2021 February tarot card reading. Thanks so much for being here. It's going to be a doozy. It's a big month. Not only do we have a Mercury Retrograde, but we have an Aquarius New Moon kind of falling in the middle of the month. We're ending it all off with a Virgo Full Moon. So there's a lot in store, a lot of transformation, of course. Let's just dive right in, and thanks again for being here. Hey Aries, welcome to your February tarot card reading. Are you feeling super intuitive in the month of February? I feel like Aries is feeling just really great and really in touch with their intuition. You got the High Priestess, the Four of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ace of Swords. So this is a great reading. I think Aries is just really feeling kind of just in their kind of groove, you know? Like things are going well for Aries. And I think this Aquarius New Moon that just passed on the 11th of February, I think it had you feeling really not only intuitive, but just asking the right questions. Like, I think questions came up for you that you've never considered before. And they were really important questions that maybe you wish you had asked yourself earlier. But I don't think the timing of it is a big deal because, it happened when it was supposed to. And I think the questions you were asking yourself were putting things in perspective for you and helping you realize that you're actually doing really well. And there may have been a focus with your friendships because your 11th house of friendships was the focus during this Aquarius New Moon. And so maybe some friendships evolved for you. But I also think you were asking yourself, like, who do I want around me? What kind of people do I want to have around me? Because I'm vibrating at this frequency here. I'm asking myself the difficult questions, and I'm embracing my intuition, and I'm trying to be more empathetic and more in tune with my emotions, okay? I think Aries is doing all of those things, but I don't know that the people around you, all of them, I don't know that all of them are doing the same. And so I think this Aquarius New Moon was a lot about you reevaluating the people you have around you, some for the best and maybe some not so much for the best, which is fine, right? So while I think that this Four of Wands reinforces the fact that you are very stable right now, especially in terms of your home life, maybe you're feeling very stable in terms of your family, your financial situation. Okay, but I see this and I feel like you have a solid base and you have a solid foundation. And I'm going to get to this, but I think because of that, you may have some people around you who see that, and I don't know, Aries, I feel like you may have a bit of a mooch around you somewhere. And I think, okay, so first things first, with this Saturn and Uranus square happening on the 17th of February, not only is your 11th house the focus, your second house of your possessions also is, okay? So you're really going to need to use discernment and kind of ask yourself those tough questions even more so in those realms, okay? You're going to have to use discernment with your, not only your friendships, but with your money and your possessions, okay? I think you're fine. I think you're doing great. I think you're stable. I think you kind of have all your ducks in a row. But with the 11th and the second house being the focus, like there may be a friendship or a person in your life that is maybe trying to, I don't want to say take advantage of you, but just be cautious, okay? So just be aware. Of course, we can help our friends who need our help the same way we would expect that in return if maybe we weren't going through such a, stable time in our lives. That's not what I'm saying. I just want you to use discernment and be aware that either someone could be trying to maybe take advantage of a situation, or maybe involving like home or money, or just I think you just need to be aware, okay, Aries? And because I don't want this to be like a negative reading, because this is a great reading. This is what I'm seeing. This is you, Aries. Like, you're feeling super grounded. Like, you are embodying an earth sign right now, which is fantastic. And with all the chaos and anxiety that is going on, like, so many signs are feeling so anxious and so unstable. So I think it's so wonderful that you're feeling like this, like the 9 of Pentacles, independent, like having everything you need in the material world, like being financially fine and stable, feeling emotionally content, not, just not feeling a lack of any sort. Maybe you feel a little bit like you could use a bit more company. Maybe you feel like you could use a bit more of an emotional connection, but you're good, Aries. And of course, when, you're getting the victory card, the 6 of Wands as well. So there's been some victory for you, okay? And it could be maybe you got the job you've always wanted, maybe you got a promotion, maybe you were just recognized for your hard work and your creativity. But you are truly feeling just so grounded and also really in touch with your emotions. And so it's almost like you're embodying like the water and the earth elements. And Aries is definitely capable of that. I actually don't think Aries get enough credit for how intuitive they can be and how aware of their emotions they can be. Because people tend to think that Aries just kind of react, right? But I think Aries just know exactly what they feel. And they're usually not afraid to make that known. So you're doing great. I just want you to be aware that with that comes, there can be people from the past or people in your life that sometimes are a little bit envious of that. And that's what I'm seeing this Page of Pentacles energy as. I think this is, I don't think they're a bad person or anything like that. I just think it's an immature energy, okay? I think you're beyond this energy here. Like you have upgraded in a sense. You're not really operating at the same frequency, okay? And see, it's like the whole money thing, like they're even holding this pentacle, and I'm just not getting a good energy from this. And I don't think it's anything you need to worry about. Like, I think you are going to cut through the crap with this Ace of Swords, like Aries always does. I just think that you're going to have a difficult and very truthful conversation about this energy here. And maybe it's just a matter of saying like, hey, like that's not cool, or like, hey, I feel like you're kind of taking advantage of me here, or I don't really like that you're never happy for me and my successes, like whatever it is. I think you're going to deal with it and it's going to be perfectly fine. I just want you to be aware that there is this kind of mooch. I don't know of another word, but I just keep hearing like mooch, like a mooch energy. Kind of like that person that you can't kick off your couch and they've been there for a year without paying rent. Like, you know, like I'm not saying you can't help your friends out. Like, obviously that's not what I'm saying. I just don't want you to get taken advantage of or anything like that. And I don't think you will, like I said, because I think you are going to see it eventually, probably towards the end of the month. And you're going to just have a very mature conversation about it and just set things straight, right? So when the Virgo full moon happens at the end of the month, February 27th, there is also a focus for you around health. And so I think you are, not only are you going to need to prioritize your physical health, it's coming up for a lot of signs, not just you, Aries. I think you're also going to need to prioritize like a healthy living space as well. So I think this all kind of ties together. Maybe it's getting rid of, you know, energies that don't need to be in your space, your intimate home space anymore. Okay, decluttering. All right. I always think of Virgo when I see this 9 of Pentacles. And Virgo is all about health, okay? Rules the 6th house and very in tune with their body and any ailments maybe going on, okay? So just, and with a Virgo full moon, of course, there will be that focus, right? On health. So just keep that in mind. You know, maybe if you haven't gone to the doctors in a while, maybe just go for a checkup, you know, all the regular things you should be doing anyway, okay? But I think there is especially going to be a focus for you on a healthy space, a healthy living space, all right? So you got for your oracle cards, baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense, which I think fits perfectly with the High Priestess card that you got. So if your gut is telling you something and you're not really sure, you know, like sometimes it's a bit difficult to tell when our gut is speaking or when our intuition is speaking to us, but baby steps, right? Like just take it slow. Get used to listening to that part of yourself that maybe you've been out of touch with for a little while. Okay, but I think your intuition is going to be extremely strong. And you're going to be able to follow this intuition. And maybe that's going to help you be a little more discerning with your energy, a little bit more careful. I think it's going to lead you to even more wonderful places and more wonderful victories, okay? You also got, my capacity to tune in to the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. I'm going to read that again. My capacity to tune in to the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. Wow. So that's a really nice reminder, actually, to if there's any sort of energies you need to kind of deal with or have a really honest conversation with, I think that's a great reminder to, of course, always approach that. I think you would have anyway, but to always approach that with compassion and love. And just kind of from the perspective of how would I want to be treated in this situation, right? Because we're not above or below anyone. That's not what this is about. It's just sometimes we outgrow certain situations and certain people, and we do need to have these sometimes tough conversations about that, right? But it doesn't mean that you can't have those conversations in a compassionate, empathetic way, like the High Priestess. Following your gut, but being honest as well in a mature and kind way, right? And I'm not sensing that this conversation would be an ugly one. Like, I think, like I said before, it feels very mature. Like, Aries feels very mature to me in this reading. Like, you truly are embodying that Nine of Pentacles archetype. Like, I think you kind of have what you need right now. And you're going to be grateful for that, and you're just going to enjoy it because, boy, has Aries gone through some stuff the past couple years. Like, you deserve this. So it's like, why not enjoy the victory? When the sun moves into Pisces on the 18th, it's going to illuminate your 12th house of the subconscious, right? So just a reminder to really try and order your thoughts and also just rest, meditate if you do that. Because some more subconscious kind of deep-rooted things may come up around Pisces season. But again, I think it's only going to lead you to just have a deeper understanding of yourself, and it's just going to have you feeling super confident. So I think that's lovely. Okay, I'm just going to clarify this Page of Pentacles just to get a little bit more clarity around what's going on there with this energy. I just feel like you've outgrown this person or that situation. And I don't even think that they're like jealous or anything. I think it's more just someone kind of like that opportunistic energy. I think that's a good word. That's a good way to describe it. All right, let's clarify this Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so the Eight of Swords and the Empress. I don't know that you're going to want to see this. I think you're going to have a bit of trouble really realizing or facing this situation head on. Because I think you're going to just be feeling so great. You know, when you're feeling so great that it's contagious and infectious, right? And it's like nothing can bring me down. Like I just feel in my element. So why would I cause a problem over nothing? I think that's gonna maybe hold you back from seeing that this situation and this conversation needs to be had, and this situation and this person needs to be dealt with in a respectful and mature way. It's almost like you don't want to see the blindfold there, because you don't want it to like rain on your parade almost, which I get. But you're going to have to look back and turn around and like this Empress and face it and look directly at the problem, Aries. You can't just be blindfolded and ignore it, okay? So even like I don't think it's gonna cause such a stir like you think, okay? I just think you need to put your foot down. So have that honest conversation and speak your truth and keep doing what you're doing, Aries, because it's looking great. All right? I'm going to leave it at that. Have an amazing February, and I'll see you next month. Take care.